Hello Raiders, Mr. Tham here with another Raid Shadow Legends video. In this video, I'll be explaining my clan boss team due to the high request about it, and a lot of people asked me about the speeds I'm running and what kind of gear I'm running on my team. So today I'll be explaining what am I doing with it exactly, even though it's a normal White Whale setup. Everyone knows what is the White Whale setup now. It's a team that goes 2 turn per turn for boss. So let's go explain it and show the champions I'm running. This team is friendly for all affinities. This is the team I'm running here. Duchess lead, Sepulchre Sentinel, Valkyrie. DPS can be swapped, depends on the affinity, and Mashalad. I'm gonna explain what actually each champion does in my team. Let's start with the first one of them, which is the lead Duchess. This is the Duchess I'm using. She's in 2 broken pieces and Stalwart set. Duchess provides, for me, provide her A2 block debuffs, attack up, and veil. The perfect veil that she provides, because of her passive, decreased damage taken from all AoE by 15% from bosses. That's why she's in my clan boss team. And veil itself have a passive that decreased damage anyway, so that's a lot of protection for my team, so my team is actually surviving for a long time. Plus, the 19% speed aura. That helps so I don't actually have a lot of speed requirements on my team. Second one, which is the most important champion after Duchess, basically, in my team, is Mashalad. After the buff, he became from 0 to hero. He's just insane right now. Of course, he also isn't stalwart. He's tanky, very tanky, because for a DPS champion, attack based, he doesn't have high defense basically. So we tried to boost his defense as much as we could. What he provides for this team is his A1 basically just doesn't do anything for clan boss in particular, just the damage, and it heals him by 30%. But what the most important skill that he have is his A2, because it places the leech, a crit damage buff on your team, and a speed buff. So you're getting increased speed, crit damage, and leech debuff on the boss. So your team will whole heal because of the leech. And that will benefit me from using Stalwart, because Stalwart reduces the damage that comes from AoE. And basically the team will survive for long. His A3 basically places a continuous heal, and he actually can remove the buff that the clan boss placed on himself, the attack up. So he's doing a lot by himself. And he actually hit decently. I have a speed boots, defense, and HP glove. Probably I'm gonna change this HP glove with something else, either another defense glove or crit damage. I'm still doing changes on the team. Defense ring, crit damage amulet, and accuracy banner. The third champion of my team is Valkyrie. We all know why Valkyrie. Strong shields and counterattack. She's the only one in my team who doesn't have Stalwart because of the speed requirement. Like, she's 231 speed, 6800 defense. She provides the biggest protection in the team right now because of that shield. That's what makes the team survives long. But we will go through the setup after the clan boss run. Next champion here is Sepulchre Sentinel. People will ask me, why not Altan? For example, I have him. Why not use Altan? He will hit harder. He will do more damage. He have defense up. He have a defense aura. Why not him? And he have higher chance of placing attack down. Well, why not Altan? But because Sepulchre Sentinel will give me block debuffs. Having Sepulchre Sentinel and Duchess, that means I will never have debuff on my team except for 1 turn when I do the setup. That's it. I will always have block debuff up, no matter what, during the run. Yes, you have attack down. It's not gonna work. It's not high as Altan. Sometimes it's gonna fall off at Spirit, but still, it's still fine. Plus, she's a defense-based champion. And her passive. If someone else beside her took the stun hit, this procs a lot. This is another protection here. Last slot in my team is for a DPS champion. So, first DPS I'm using normally, Razan. I don't have Dracomorph, so I had to improvise and use other champions. Razan Scarhide. Even though this team doesn't have poisons, I will show you screenshots how much Razan can do actually in these type of runs, in this type of clan boss team. I built him with Stalwart also, with as much defense as I could, and as much crit damage I could give him. So I have two champions I'll rotate in between right now. One of them is Razan, the other one is Fane. We all know Fane is amazing. She's also in Stalwart, she's in Defense Boots and Defense Chest Piece. Fane provides a lot, especially on Spirit Clan Boss. If Sepulchre didn't place attack down, she will place it. And she have poisons. And she have defense down weaken. So she's the best suitable replacement instead of Razan. So let's run this. I'll show you the setup. And let's see how it goes. So Clan Boss is Spirit at the moment. We'll replace Razan with Fane. Same setup, only Fane gets replaced and Razan. That's the only swap we did. So the setup is very simple. We basically what's gonna happen is we're gonna delay the counterattack and the Veil and the A2 from Sepulchre. We're just gonna go A2, speed boost, give the speed buff, the crit damage buff, hit the A3 from Mashalad here, hit the A1 from Valk, A1 from Sepulchre. Of course she's gonna hit weak because she's off Affinity. A1 from Duchess. When it comes to Fane, A3, place that defense down weaken. Boss will hit. A1, A1, A1 again. She plays the attack down there. A1 here from Duchess. Now with Fane, we're gonna go to the A2, recycle the cooldowns. Mashallah, we're gonna use the A2 into A1. We don't want to use the A3 right now because he's gonna use it again later. He doesn't need the healing right now because when it goes 2 to 1, he will be needing it because he's gonna need that continuous heal on him at some other point. So we're gonna go A1 with Valkyrie A2 on the second turn. Now, Mashallah got 2 turns, Valkyrie got 2 turns. This is the time I told you, the only time I'm gonna get a debuff on me, on this team. Now we're gonna go hit the A2 from Sentinel, A1 from Duchess, and A1 from Fane, and click auto. See, she ate the stun hit. She got blocked debuffs on her. She will never be stunned. No one will be ever stunned in this team. Till turn 9, they will probably start getting 2 turns each. So far it's 2.5 million in 4 turns. It will keep building up. These are the counterattacks. It's starting to sync up perfectly. This setup, Valkyrie after each AoE will hit her A2. We'll put the counterattack and the shields. On turn 7 we're gonna see the sync. Okay, we're gonna drop the auto now. Let the counterattacks go. Okay, so Fane. We'll put in +1 speed, x1 speed. She went with A3, that turn 1 for her. 1 for Valk. 1 for Duchess. One for Sepulcher, one for Mashalad, one for Valk. Two for Valk, two for Fane. Those two getting 2 turns here. On turn 9, it will sync up. Everyone will take 2 turns. Okay, so now here is the moment. Let's see if it's actually gonna work. And probably because it's Spirit, we got that decreased speed on 1 turn, so it kinda delays it a little bit. That's one from Fane. One from Duchess here. One. One. There's one from Valk, she hit the counter. Two from Fane. Two on Duchess. Two Sepulcher. Two Mashalad and Valkyrie. And that's 2-1 on turn 9. Like, this is my choice of champions. Yes, I could have used Altan with a cleanser. I have Badel, I have a Doom Priest. But to benefit most from the buffs and have the most protection possible because of the Veil from Duchess and the Shield from Valk, and having them all in stalwart except for Valk, that will make the team last longer. They're already catching up to the turn order here. 10 million per 11 turn. It should catch up soon. And still, you can see the turn meter of the boss. They are still going. This 1.5 million behind. And there's still going to be counterattack after this. They're catching up nicely. That's 100, 1 million, 1.1. Now it's 1 million. Even if I have a Draco, probably it's going to be better. But because I'm using Sepulcher here, attack down basically is going to be needed. So that's why Fane provides the attack down and some poisons here. Not as Draco, but it's still good to use Fane. Of course, Draco will do a much more damage. Of course, they have as much crit rate they have, every one of them. Fane is at 100. Sepulcher is at 100. Mashalad is at 91 because he needed to be tanky. Uh, Valkyrie at 98%. Duchess is close to 100, but not too much. I think Fane is at 99 or 98 also. 15 million, 15 turns. It catch up to the turn already on 16. 16 million, 16 turns. Now it's gonna start basically, as I said, building up. Now it's gonna suppress the turns and actually do more damage. So we're gonna speed up till almost the end of the fight. So guys, let's go ahead. Hey guys, we skipped here till turn 40 at the moment. They're still going, 52 million so far. 12 million damage ahead of the turns. So let's see how far they can go. The most concern here is because of Fane. She's squishy a little bit. She like have low base defense, like 700 defense is not really that much. And for defense champions, they have low base HP. So we will see how far they can go. This team have a potential of 1 key. It did it before, it happened, but let's see how far they can go. And they can actually live beyond the 50 turns, so. And having Duchess actually, with the Veil, sometimes she takes the heat of the stun from Sepulcher and she ate it herself. And if Sepulcher's passive procced, Duchess will take 0 damage, basically. This team works on Ultra Nightmare, Nightmare, Brutal. It can have the potential to, if one key in Ultra Nightmare, it one keys Nightmare easily. Because Nightmare have less damage on the boss, and the amount of damage required to one key is less, way less. But because Ultra Nightmare is the jackpot here, we try to focus on it as much as we can. There's a lot of version of White Whale teams with no Duchess but with higher speed and having a debuff cleanser and not using Sepulcher. You can use Altan, Bad Alcazar, for example, instead of Sepulcher and uh, Duchess. But Valkyrie's needed, Mashallah is still needed. That's the Mashallah 2 to 1. We are on turn 46, 60 million so far. But because of the defense requirement here is high, like you need 3500 defense. And that's bare minimum. As you can see, there's not a lot of poisons here. Like 2 from Fane and that's it. Only the 2 poisons at a time. Sometimes it be 4 poisons because it's 2 to 1, so she gonna get her cooldowns off faster and she will place them. Defense down weakened 3 turns. That's something great because of Fane just like hit 3 times with her A2. And that's the extra poison I was telling you about. You won't need to worry about heal reduction. We don't have a Vizier here. We don't have a debuff extender, so it's fine to have a heal reduction there from Mashallah because you will never be capped on debuffs. So it's still fine. You still have room to place debuffs on. Unless you're using a Draco, then that's another story. Here's turn 50. 65.8. 66 million. Duchess should place the Veil now. Yep. And she will eat the stun. Not Sepulchre Sentinel. This turn. That's the other thing with Duchess as lead and with Veil. She she have very high defense. So she will protect the team basically from being stunned or taking an extra hit. Now Fane is down and Valkyrie's down. Fane is down because low stats, low base stats. He doesn't have like the defense requirement. And Valkyrie because she doesn't have Stalwart. She's in speed gear. So that's with it. Very close of one keying. 69.44. We just need 1 more million damage. And this is a 1 key here. This team is strong against force. It will always 1 key for me on force affinity. Duchess did an amazing number of damage. Consider it's Duchess and her multipliers are not really that high. 10 million damage. Sepulcher, she did more than Sepulcher. Sepulcher 8.5, 8.5. Valkyrie did 13. Fane did nicely 24 million. And Mashallah did 12.6. So let's look at their gears and their masteries. Let's start with Duchess. She's in Stalwart, defense percentage glove with crit rate sub, defense percentage chest piece, and defense percentage boots. Ring is defense, amulet is defense, and the banner is defense. Her total stats are 6 6.198 defense, 190 speed, 70% crit rate because that is at most I can get on her right now. 120% crit damage. She doesn't need any accuracy. She doesn't need any of the resistance either for clan boss. 4300 HP. 43,000. Sorry, 43,000. Her masteries, you can actually even remove this. You're not gonna need this. But also, nothing else will help in here, so you can just go with whatever you want. You don't need retribution. Deterrence. You need retribution for sure, but not deterrence. Deterrence is not important. We went with the War Master here and Heart of Glory because they will always almost be full HP in the whole fight because of Valkyrie's shield, because of the Leech. Valkyrie. Almost the same setup. I'm using Rejuvenation, but apparently Rejuvenation is not really beneficial from what I heard so far, so I might remove this. But we do need Resurgent and Delayed Death. Delayed Death is really good in Clan Boss. Also, Blast Proof. Decrease damage from AoE by 5%. Any mitigation that you can get from Masteries will help. And for Valkyrie, it's controversial that Support Tree is better. So far, I don't have an answer for that. There's a lot of testing going on. I'm still gonna test her with Support Tree. I'm gonna go with Max HP, Shield, value of shields, value of shield. This is not really needed, lasting gift, because her shield is for 3 turns. So you will have it, and she places it on both AoEs, so you'll have shields forever, basically. Lore of Steel maybe depends on how am I gonna build her later. You don't want this. No turn meter. No. With this team. Mashalad. Same masteries applies, same as Duchess and Valk, but same thing. So you have HP gloves, defense chest, and speed boots. Defense ring, crit damage amulet, and accuracy banner because we want him to place the leech so the team will heal. You have 52k HP, 2 point, almost 2.4k attack, almost 3k defense. That's what, like, this defense need to go up. His speed is 234. His crit rate is almost 100%, 91. Crit damage is 151. Ideally, I want to remove the HP glove and put a crit damage glove. But if we placed a crit damage glove here, for example, this one, 12k HP drop in here. But damage-wise, it will be much more beneficial. Let's check Sepulchre Sentinel. Sepulchre Sentinel. Stats, 31k health, 4.2k defense, 208 speed, 101 crit rate, 157 crit damage. Accuracy is 253 because we want her to land that attack down. Crit rate gloves, of course, if you can put on crit damage gloves, will be much more and she will do more damage. Defense percentage, chest piece, and speed boots. I'm using the accuracy set, so I don't have to look for accuracy and substats here. So I can get more speed, more defense from substats. Defense ring, crit damage amulet, and accuracy banner. And of course, she's fully booked. Masteries, she's the same. Like, this is not really gonna be beneficial for it. It's not. This doesn't work on clan boss. So basically, it's gonna be the same tree here. And for Fane, crit damage gloves, defense chest piece, defense boots, defense, crit damage, and accuracy. Her stats are same masteries. You don't need. I didn't actually go through with the turns, so it's not really needed. Her stats are 3200 attack, 2.7k defense. This should be actually a little bit more, maybe with a 6-star defense boots. Crit rate missing 4%, 178 speed, 177 will work, 238 crit damage, and 238 accuracy. And that's what wrap it up, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to tell me if you have any questions or anything regarding this Clown Boss team. Tell me if you like it. Drop a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel for future content. Let me know what you think and what you see and want to see in the future. That was Mr. Thumb. Peace.